God, that's a lot of you. Still bringing you all in. Good Lord. Oh, Sukai. Okay, hold on. I legitimately don't know what was being applauded there. What was being applauded? Me? Oh, okay, then continue. What I like about that, yeah, because some people over here didn't hear that, and suddenly just like here's this applause, and like half the people over here just go, oh him, oh yeah. Okay, you know what? This is hold on. Do we have? Okay, so we have mics on one side. I should wait for people to kind of come in. You know, I'll go ahead while people are coming in. Cause we're running a little behind. I'll go ahead and answer like one or two questions like without the mic here first. I'll do a few in the front row here. Let's see. Yeah, young lady in the gray shirt there.
Hi. Question. Would you rather live in a world where Russell Crowe is not Javert, or a world where Mamma Mia doesn't exist?
A world where Russell Crowe isn't Javert, or a world where Mamma Mia doesn't exist. Definitely the one where Mamma Mia doesn't exist. Because here's the thing. Russell Crowe is in a tragedy, but he's hilarious. Mamma Mia is supposed to be hilarious, but it's a tragedy. And I just prefer a good laugh. Anton Javert! Do not forget my name! Cool. Yeah, young lady in, I think, green and white plaid shirt standing up there with the glasses, pigtails, or back tail. Yeah, you.
I have two questions. One for you, one for
Okay.
Okay, so for you, as with the success of the Netflix series Voltron, would you consider doing a review on the original 80s?
Would I consider reviewing anything Voltron? I'll say the answer is no. No, and honestly, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's great. It's just not my thing, and I don't know why. Something about it doesn't grab me. I hear the new show is great. I don't know. Just something about it doesn't grab me. It's like Harry Potter. I'm sure it's great, and it just doesn't grab me. So, okay, what's your question for the critic? How did it feel to get my ass kicked by Dante Bosco? You know what? You should ask his ass, because I kicked it so hard! You know, you think, oh, he's really tough because he can shoot fire out of his fist. You give me Chipotle, I can shoot fire out of my ass, okay? And it's pretty amazing. And he knows it. Okay, let's do pink hair over there. Am I thinking about reviewing Kangaroo Jack? You know, I'll tell you the truth. No, I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't mind. I haven't seen it. Rob saw it, and every single time it's like we might review it today, he's just like, no. It's just, don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. I've seen it. It is so boring. It's so, I'm going to have nothing. Don't do that to me. So it's always like, it's on the list still, but I don't know when we're going to get to it. Let's do one over here. Let's do a green shirt. Do the do.
What is the weirdest big-lipped alligator moment you've ever watched?
The weirdest big-lipped alligator moment I ever watched. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Just all of We're Back, a dinosaur story? Does that count? That's a pretty good big-lipped alligator. Well, I got to do the Michael Myers mask there.
What made you review newer movies like Jurassic World?
Let me review newer movies like Jurassic World. It's one of those things. Well, I already kind of said I want to do like newer movies, not just nostalgic ones. But then I kind of realized like, there should be some nostalgic connection. So whenever I do a newer film that's like still in theaters or not that old, I try to have some connection. You know, Batman v Superman is obviously Batman and Superman, been around for years. Jurassic World, that's Jurassic Park, several years old and stuff like that. And I didn't like that movie, and I know a lot of people that loved it. So and nobody was going out there saying, "Hey, this sucks! Ending's amazing, but this sucks!" So, yeah, it was just me wanting to do that. Cool, okay. Go ahead, sit down, everybody sit down. I think we got the majority of people. Good Lord, this is like Phil. I'm taking a picture of all you pretty people. Here, I'm actually going to take a picture. Here we go. Come on. Here, I'll let you do it. Okay, good. A bad credit card will kill you! Okay. And that's your one, okay? Because my voice is going to go hoarse after this. Okay, so everybody sit down with the hands and everything. What we're going to do in a second here is that I think that mic's on, right? Okay, so in a second, I'm going to tell you where to go to ask the questions and stuff. But for anyone who doesn't know, all two of you, I am Doug Walker. I have a website called channelawesome.com. I do a lot of various shows and characters and vlogs, probably the best known, Nostalgia Critic. Applaud! And the rest is a boring-ass Q&A. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have, anyone has a question, just go ahead and line up at this mic right here. Do not kill each other! Christ!
I'm fine.
Good
You know
Lord!
what? You go first.
No. You go first.
All right, come on. Let go. You're second. It's okay, man. It's okay. Just let go. It's okay. It's okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the questions here, and we'll just start with the first guy here. Go ahead.
Yeah, you probably met me like for the 1,000th time today, but my name is Brandon.
Hi.
And
Brandon, yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, what I really wanted to ask is that I know you've done like, not really like reviews, but you've done vlogs of like other TV shows, like one Steven Universe. I was wondering, have you ever considered actually doing like either a review or a vlog of series of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Because I think that would be really awesome if you did that.
No, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I was almost, because it was huge a couple of years ago. It was everywhere. And I was thinking about it, but the only downside is I tried watching an episode or two, and it's fine. It's a decent show. I just don't know what to say about it.
Hey, we helped you get back from Canada, remember?
That's true.
You owe us.
So, I mean, like, what I've seen, it's like, it's totally fine. It's a good show. I just feel like that's all I would say every episode. I'd be like, yeah, that's good. That was totally fine. That was good. And I wouldn't have too much to analyze. But I know there's a ton of people out there that do watch that show and do review it and talk about it and sort of read the different levels into it. And
you're looking at one who watches it obsessively.
Well, there you go. So I feel like they would be better at it than I would, and I would kind of not really be sending it in the right place. So probably not. But we'll see what happens. So
all right, we'll see.
Thank
and
you so much.
one more thing.
Oh,
fucking bubbles!
Fucking bubbles!
No.
And I'll just say right now, because of the line we have, it's only going to be one question per person. So just make sure you have the question ready. So cool.
Okay,
We'll go ahead and go with you, buddy.
Okay, so in terms of movie reviews, have you considered reviewing, say, documentaries or international films, like, say, from Bollywood? Or have you considered also reviewing video games?
Well, I
Like
tried
the South
reviewing
video
one or
games?
two video games. It didn't go over that great. But there's a couple of Baby's Kids, did okay, and Dragon's Lair review did okay. But it helps I have the creator of Dragon's Lair with me, to be fair. I don't know. Documentary might be interesting. It had to be like one of the batshit crazy documentaries, like a Michael Moore documentary or something like that. You know, like very easy to make fun of. But
Or an Inconvenient Truth?
yeah, but in terms of like Bollywood films and stuff, I haven't seen that many. So maybe I should check them out. I'll just be very honest. I haven't brushed up on them. And I probably should because they make like a bajillion movies a second, you know. So yeah, I probably should check it out. So awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Next one here. Hi there.
Hi, thank you for signing my hat earlier, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, besides Garbage Pail Kids and Food Fight, because it's obvious, what's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Aside from Food Fight and Garbage Pail Kids, man, I mean, I guess it's entertaining, but I guess I'd say Manos, Hands of Fate. You know, that is just one of those pinnacle, everything is done wrong movies, you know, but it is entertaining. Yeah, no, worse is still Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, Cat in the Hat's pretty bad, too. Yeah, nah, not Batman Robin at least looked nice. But yeah, which one? Birdemic. No, that's another one that's so bad it's funny. But yeah, okay, quiet. Don't tell me what my worst movie is. But yeah, probably just Man Knows the Hands of Fate. But still the worst is Garbage Pail Kids. That's the absolute worst for me. So yeah, definitely that one.
Thank you.
Sure. Hi there.
Hello.
Bring the
Okay.
mic up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay, so I know you're done with this particular video game-based cartoon series, but for a follow-up for the Inspector Gadget Christmas review, I would recommend reviewing Sonic Christmas Blast.
Oh, I didn't know. So there's a Sonic Christmas episode?
Yeah, there is a Christmas episode. It mashes up Sad AM and Adventures elements in there. Sally's in there, SWAT bots in there, Scratch and Grounder are in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's the Sad AM.
Yeah.
Christmas. Oh, okay. I thought I saw the episodes. I think I missed that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me Robotnik like dresses up as
Yeah,
Santa
he's
Claus.
a Santa, and he looks ugly. And
Go ahead.
Scratch and Grounder are in cheerleader outfits, too.
I am way too intrigued. I gotta check this. I will at least check that out. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi there.
How's it going? So, who comes up with the material more between you and Rob?
It's funny. It really is kind of a perfect melding of both of us because, like, when we're watching it, I feel like he shouts more jokes. Like, he can come up with them a lot quicker. But in terms of, like, sort of putting it in a script format, like, which jokes do we talk more about? Which ones do we keep to one line? Which ones do we turn into a song or base a character on or something like that? I mean, that's more my department. So it is sort of a good half and half because when it comes to actually writing the script, that's where I come in. But when it comes to like coming up with the jokes, I think he's a lot better at that. He can come up with stuff that's really like just out of nowhere, super good. So it's half and half. I really do think it's a very even half and half process.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, I love that. That was like a polite clap. That was like a.
Hey, what does one do, like, say, want to join the Channel Awesome crew? Because I looked online.
Blackmail. Lots of blackmail. How else do you think Bennett got a job? No, I'm kidding. He is awesome. He is very awesome.
Well, because I look on the website, I don't see like a button called careers.
No. We usually open up like auditions and stuff like that when we're like, okay, let's open this up again and get more people on board. Yeah, I mean, right now we're pretty stacked. We have like a lot of people on the website, but when we do open it up, we make like a big announcement. We do like a video and stuff, and we say where to send submissions and stuff like that. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that when we open that up again.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Hello.
Hi.
Big fan of.
You're fine.
A big fan of yours. One thing to say: Super Psycho Girl shirt guy says hi. And also, question: would you be willing to review Norm of the North?
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I'll get this out right now because, like I said, when I review a newer movie, I want to have a nostalgia connection. But I think in July is the 10th anniversary of me technically doing Nostalgia Critic. I've done 9 years professionally, but technically I've done it for 10 years. And I wanted something everyone's been asking for. Everyone's been asking for Norm of the North, so yeah, I'm going to do that one. And I know a lot of people want it because so many people have given that to me as a gift, and what a shitty gift. I'm so ready to get something else, so yeah, I am definitely going to do that one.
Woo. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Yeah, sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Yeah.
Thanks so much, man.
Hello.
Hi.
So as you mentioned before, this is your first time being to Fanime in San Jose, correct?
Say again, I'm sorry.
This is your first time being at FanimeCon?
Yes.
What's your favorite part about Fanime or San Jose in general?
I really meant it. I was saying when people were coming in, I love the artwork. I love the artists. I haven't been to the art museum, but I'm really excited to because you just walk in, you look at the walls, and there's just all these great pieces of art that they painted on there, spray paint or whatever. And the artist alley, like that's like one of the best ones I've ever been to. I mean, just every artist was just so unique and so incredible. And and don't get me wrong, I love the people and the convention and everything too, but in terms of what do I think is the most unique, I really do think it's that artistic touch. I just think it's very, very unique here. It's very strong, it's very alive, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. The art museum is amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hey. So I'm a huge fan of your vlog series with you and Rob. Really, you two are just a dynamic duo together.
Yes. Crap. Suck. Lame.
Any idea when those will come back, especially with like Steven Universe, like the new seasons coming up and such? I know there's the last one you guys left on. Also, what are the chances of Rob coming to Fanime, say next year or whenever you come back?
Oh, I mean, it's one of those things. This is one of the few cons I actually seeked out because I haven't done a California con. Usually I let cons kind of come to me.
Yeah.
But this is one of the few ones I seeked out because I'm like, yeah, why haven't I done a California con yet? People are asking and stuff. So everyone just had good buzz about this one, you know, so I said yes to it. I think they're right. I think it's a very good con. In terms of bringing Rob out, I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean, that's, like I said, I just sort of want to try this one out, see how it worked. I like it a lot. So, yeah, maybe next year. In terms of the Steven Universe vlogs, like we just got bogged down with time and stuff like that. So we're gonna try and do like whatever they call it, the Steven bombs or whatever when they drop those. Like we're gonna try and review those so we can get them done kind of faster and get you guys our opinions and stuff. So yeah, I'm sorry, just work. It's a lot of work. I'm so sorry. Even just sitting down, watching something and saying what we think does take time. Yeah. So, but we definitely want to because everyone says a lot of cool stuff has happened. So we'll definitely get to that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm not facing over here as much, by the way. I'm just the mic's there, so I'm sorry. I didn't even know there was this side of the room. Hi, there, how you doing? Okay, yeah, okay. Now I'm never gonna look at you again. Hi.
Hello. How did you and James meet, and why did you two decided that the Critic and the Nerd should be like enemies?
Oh, the greatest romance of all time, you mean? No, it was something where, I mean, I had this idea to do like the Critic character and review this nostalgic stuff, but I was like, is there an audience for this? I don't know. And then when I saw him doing his thing, I was like, oh, this is kind of like what I want to do, you know, and there is an audience because he's successful. So when I tried it, I started, one of the things people were saying were, hey, you're like the nerd, especially when I talked about, you know, the Ninja Turtles. So I was like, let's try this. Let me start calling him out a little bit and, you know, poking with a stick, see what happens and stuff. And he seemed interested. And when I started doing it, you know, people were saying, oh my God, nerd, this guy's calling you out. And he was saying, yeah, no, I think he's funny. Wouldn't that be funny if we did something? And we just started talking. I just got in contact with him, started talking, and we're like, yeah, like, has this been done yet? Like online on, you know, the internet or YouTube? And we didn't think so. So we kind of wanted to be the first ones to do it. Yeah, we're still, to put it bluntly, James and I are still doing it. And you can post that on YouTube out of context. I don't care. So cool. Yeah, it's been going strong ever since. Strong and hard. So, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was frozen today.
Yes, memes. We need to stop with those. Go ahead.
First off, I want to...
Good question. Thank you.
Okay. No. So, I know like the YouTube algorithm is like changing and monetization is like becoming an issue for more and more YouTubers. So I know you've been like changing with like the Suicide Squad and like the Jurassic World, like where you acted. So is there going to be like a constant stream of videos, or since you're getting paid less and less, is there going to be like more or less videos coming out?
We have not been hit super hard. We have been hit, but not as hard as a lot of other people have been hit. As I say, ... yet. You know, hopefully not. You know, but there's no rules or anything that say what, you know, here's what'll, you know, get demonetized, what won't. But in terms of like, you know, videos like that, those are more just kind of like what we want to do and what we want to review. I mean, Suicide Squad just seemed to make more sense as a clipless review than if we went over the clips. So yeah, it's not as much as well, we need to do a clipless here, we need to do one with clips here and one clipless here, and so it's more just whatever it feels like the review kind of calls for, you know, and what we think we can do with it. If we really think we can't do anything with it, you know, we won't do it. So yeah, I mean, I still like the variety. I like kind of going back and forth and keeping it fresh. And thankfully, the clipless reviews do very, very well. You know, and they're a lot more work, you know, but they're also a lot more fun, and we can do a lot more creative things with it. So there'll still be a big variety with it. Cool.
We love your shit. Keep it coming.
Love your shit. He makes good shit.
Hi, long-time fan. My name's Andrew. The only one question I have to ask is, do you have any plans to have like a Japanese anime theme month review or
Like an anime? Well, if you see how copyright works on YouTube with anime, probably not. I mean, man, you even say the word Studio Ghibli, they're just like, claim! I mean, nothing's planned. Anime is hard to critique for me because it is such a different culture and it's a different way of doing stuff. So I only do a couple that I know I could make funny. Like, I love the movie Ponyo, but I'm like, when I saw it, I'm like, I feel like I can make this really funny, you know? So we did a review of that. So if something really calls me, maybe I will. But in terms of the theme month, nothing's planned. But you never know, something might change.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Hi.
Okay, with all the people you have met and worked with, have you thought about, and if so, figured out how many degrees of separation you are from Kevin Bacon?
Christ. Yeah, I'll just say one. I reviewed Balto.
Well, I kind of figured out Balto because you know Dante Bosco. He worked with Bob Hoskins in Hook, and Bob Hoskins was in Balto.
Oh, well, there you go. I reviewed Balto, but but you're talking about with people I worked with. That's a good point. So yeah, no, good connection there. Well played, literally. Hi there.
Hi. For the business sides of things, how do you decide on a budget for each video, especially for the clipless ones?
Oh, the business. I'm terrible at business. I am not the business end at all. Everyone thinks like channelawesome.com is my website and I run the YouTube page and budget. I really do not. That's a guy named Mike Mashai. He's the CEO and he's the one that plans all of that. He's the one that made it possible for me to do any of this. If I was in charge of all of this, like I would be broke, millisecond. So he's the one that really planned. He's the one that came up with give it a website, make it, 3 videos a week. One has to be a Nostalgia Critic. Let's create a community. Let's get other reviewers together, and let's get a studio. Let's give a budget for these, and so on and so forth. So that's definitely not me because I am awful at that, and I'm at least I know I'm dumb about that stuff, but I'm at least smart enough to know I'm dumb about it. So yeah, it's just one of those things where if something looks like it's gonna go over or a little too crazy, I'll just give a call and be like, hey, is this okay? Can we do this? And like 9 out of 10, it's almost always yes. And that's one of the things that's so great about him. He just lets complete freedom, which in entertainment is very rare. So I'm definitely very, very thankful for that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello. A very big fan. My favorite time to watch your videos is always December for Disney month.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to ask, what year had the biggest impact, or which year actually you enjoyed the most doing?
Of Disney December, you mean?
Yes.
Like what year had the biggest amount or biggest impact or whatever?
Yeah, what year was the biggest impact for you and your channel, or which one did you like?
Oh, definitely this last year, because some of those were being put on like the front page of YouTube, so they were like really, really big on the views. And I guess I'll just say now, because a lot of people have been asking just to, answer a future question, I'm sure. Everyone's like, what's the next Disney December going to be? And everyone's been asking. I haven't seen any. I mean, I've seen them all now, but I didn't see them before. So I am going to do the Disney Channel original movies next Disney December. And you'll be happy to know some of them actually are very decent, I'm not going to hate them all or anything like that. Actually, I say about half are pretty decent, half are really bad. Descendants, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Howdy!
Howdy ho, Mr. Hanky.
Okay. Anyway, this is my question. Have you thought about doing a review of both the Bob Saget era of America's Funniest Home Videos and its spin-off show, America's Funniest People? And before we go any further, you're the red, white, and blue. The funny things you do, America.
The rest of the song, yes. I never thought of that. Maybe for like an editorial, because at first I'm like, well, what can I say about it? It's just it's just YouTube before YouTube. It's these basic funny videos. But then the more I'm thinking about it, it's like, yeah, Bob Saget is so uncomfortable, and then Dave Coulier, like, is clearly so uncomfortable, and they're both just like, what are we doing here? I mean, they look more like that there than they do in Full House. So it might be interesting. If I can whip up some clips from those shows, yeah, I might do that. That'd actually be very interesting, because yeah, I might do that. Thanks for the recommendation. I'm going to look that up.
Okay, I'll leave you with this from America's Funniest People. Fast as fast can be, you'll never catch me.
Oh, that jackalope. Some of you remember it, sadly. Hi.
Hi. Unfortunately, I have a serious question instead of a fun question.
Put on your serious faces.
Okay, so this is regarding the video that you made some time ago about YouTube and copyright holders abusing the claim system on YouTube. And I was wondering, since you made that video, has there been any progress made, whether legally or otherwise?
Yes, there has. A couple things have definitely blown through. I mean, one of our biggest ones is that if somebody wanted to claim, say, hey, this is our material, and we want to take their money, YouTube in the old days would just say, okay, and they would keep taking your money until you fought the claim, and they could wait 30 days and it runs out, or they could let it go, but they get to keep the money that they took for you, even if it's disputed they were wrong. That now has changed. Now they do have a side pot set up where if they're taking your money, you say, wait a minute, that's ours. They put it in a side pot and they wait for it to get figured out. So that's really big. That's a big deal. And honestly, I mean, I do know with other people, I mean, we've chopped down our clips shorter, which in the long run actually has helped because it makes the writing stronger and quicker and stuff. But I think we're sort of figuring out more and more just how it works without getting hit by the bots. And I think they have changed it a little bit so that it's a little bit more lenient. And honestly, now we still get claims like all the time, but when we fight them, 9 out of 10, or 8 out of 10, they release them pretty quick. And it seems like some of the studios are really catching on, especially, I mean, honestly, if you have like a following, but I think if they really do watch it, be like, oh, this was a mistake. And I think partly because we did make such a big fuss about it, which we don't like to do. We don't like to take our business and throw it in your faces. We really think it's a private thing, but we were just getting no money. We were getting no income for like a solid month. So yeah, I think improvements have been made. And I definitely think YouTube wants to make improvements, and they want to do it fairly, and they want to keep the drama down and stuff. I think they're just in a tight spot, and so it's kind of up to us, the people, to say, hey, this is too far, we're not going to take this, and then there's times to say, okay, we get it. I mean, when you came about, there were no rules and stuff. We had to keep making rules. The internet and YouTube are both very, very young in the grand scheme of things. So yes, progress has been made. There's certainly been a few steps backwards too, but the fact that any progress has been made, I think, is still progress. I think that's definitely a good thing.
Thank you. Good luck on the rest of that fight.
Oh, thank you. Hi.
Hi, Critic. I have two movie recommendations, if you don't mind.
Sure.
When are you going to do Mac and Me? And my favorite movie of all time as a kid, Bill and Ted.
Oh, Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted is one of those that's always kind of on the list. I feel like I have to do both of them at the same time because they're both so strange. And I always keep pushing it back, but I don't know, maybe one of these days, because I like both those movies. I really like the first one. Second one's not as good, but I have a soft spot for it. And then Mac and Me, I don't know. We'll have to see. I've seen the movie. I know it's batshit insane. I know it, but nothing grabs me in terms of like a lot of really funny jokes. So I don't know. If something really finally gets inspired in my head and says, hey, do Mac and Me now, you have some great ideas, I'll do it. But for now, I'm just kind of dry on the idea. So, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, before I go, I'll say sparkle, sparkle, baby, in the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
Hello. My question for you is, have you seen the cartoon series Johnny Test?
What's it called?
Johnny Test.
Oh, gosh. Wait, I couldn't hear him. Hold on. Oh, what was
Johnny Test.
Johnny Test?
Yes.
Whatever it's called, no, I haven't.
Well, remember the Magic Journey movie you reviewed?
Oh, the Magic Voyage, yeah.
Yeah. Well, remember that complaint where it's always noise?
Just noise. Hey, is it like a show of that?
Yes. Just imagine that for several seasons. And also on that Bionicle movie I gave you, the main villain, who has this great villain voice, it voices a character called Bling Bling Boy in that show.
Okay, man, I love the post-traumatic stress disorder it's given everybody. I've never seen this show, but I love the reaction it's had. No, I have not seen it, but I will definitely try to check it out. Cool. Take care, man. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
So, it's like second time I saw you today. One of a million people at the signing earlier. So, a question that I had after seeing one of the more recent videos within the last year, I think like about a month ago, on Clock Stoppers. On the topic of, just sort of like late 90s, early 2000s, like spy movies and everything, really randomly, like, threw in a quick little snapshot of a show dear to my childhood, codenamed Kids Next Door. And I was just really surprised to see, just someone as prominent as you from the 80s just sort of briefly acknowledging its existence, even just through a picture. And I was wondering how familiar you were with it. And
not super familiar, but how do I put it? It's kind of like all of you know what Dora the Explorer is, but you're not going to be, oh yes, I'm brushed up on my Dora the Explorer. It's like, no, you might know a couple, you might know Boots, you might know the map, you might know a couple, but you're not going to be an expert on. It's kind of the same thing with that, but I do know it has a huge following. A lot of people really like it. And I know when we got Cree Summer to do Penny Gadget for the Inspector Gadget Christmas, everybody was like, codename Kid Next Door. She's doing, the kid character in there. I was just like, oh, okay. Because I guess the voices were very similar. So it definitely has a really strong following, but I haven't seen that much of it. What I did see was fine.
I will say this. If you're ever looking for another thing to do a vlog series on that's not necessarily new.
I can't even get through the ones I've started, man.
If you're ever looking for something new to get into, I think you and Rob would have a great time with that. There's lots of pop cultural references.
I think
to
Rob's
80s
more
and 90s
familiar
movies.
with. I think he was saying like he saw it a few episodes once when he was at a con or something. He actually said it was a very clever, cute show.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I mean,
it'd be worth it for
unlikely vlog, but you never know. But might check it out in the future. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Hello there, Critic.
Hi there.
So, I originally didn't have a question, and then one literally walked by me while I was in line.
Okay.
Are you ever considering reviewing Tremors?
We really want to. The movie Tremors. We always say we want to save that for Halloween, but then like other Halloween movies pop up where it's just like, damn it, we need to get to this movie.
I know, and there's so many sequels for sequel month.
I mean, I know. We legitimately kind of like the first movie. I mean, it's really stupid, but it's really clever too, and suspenseful and stuff. And so we do want to talk about it. I might just say, screw it, I'll just review it like sometime when it's not Halloween. But yeah, we do want to get to that movie. It is on the list. It's just when do we get to it? So
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely at some point.
How about pro wrestling narratives? 80s and 90s had some great pro wrestling stuff.
Nope.
Why not?
I don't even like good wrestling. I'm just not the guy to ask about. I like wrestlers after they leave wrestling. I love The Rock now. I loved Andre the Giant when he wasn't Andre the Giant. The only even Sergeant Slaughter, I loved him much more in G.I. Joe than in the ring. So I mean, but people that love it, I get it. It's not, it's fake, Yeah, duh. I get that. But it just doesn't grab me. I just have no interest. And God bless you if you do. I know there's a great art to it. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna review anything connected to it. Thank you, though. Man, I shut you down fast. I'm sorry, man.
That's cool.
You just had like this whole build-up, and I'm just like, no! So thank you, though. Hi.
Hey. Longtime fan, also part-time critic. And I had a question, but let me start out. From what I've observed, since January through now, you have been on fire. Like, many of your jokes are hitting spawn. You've been, like, so on point, and I think...
Well, have you read the YouTube comments? They would disagree.
And I want to, I just think your wit has not been sharper. It's like just, again, on fire. And I wanted to know, what's this, where did you find this like new invigoration?
I mean, thank you. Let me just brush off. Okay. I don't know. I'll say this. It just kind of comes from trying things that are new. I mean, that's one of the reasons we ended the Critic the first time is because we just felt it was getting repetitive and there wasn't time to come up with new stuff. So there's time now, and there's time to sort of work on other little side projects too and other little side things and just for the brain to rest and have ideas naturally pop in without feeling super forced, like you have to have something funny by tonight, kind of thing. But there's still deadlines too, where it's like you don't just slack off the whole time. So, I don't know. I think it's just having that 2 weeks I think is really, really helpful.
All right. Power on.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi. I'm here to ask on behalf of a friend who actually introduced me and her other friends to you in the first place. She's a big fan of yours. There is a show that she and I are both very fond of. It is one of the earliest CGI cartoons on TV, and it is about it follows the stories of anthropomorphized computer programs inside the computer. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I know exactly what you're gonna ask. I'll just tell you right now. It's kind of like Codename Kids Next Door. I'm aware of it. I've seen bits of it. It seems fine. I would have to watch the whole show, and I would have to watch it as an adult, not growing up with it. If I was to review it or do a vlog or anything like that, I feel like I wouldn't be the right person because I didn't grow up with it. I don't have that super strong attachment to it. But at the same time, I should probably get through it because so many people have said, like, particularly I think like the second season, it gets like really intense and really dark. And I've seen some of the visuals. I think they're really very, very good. So at some point, maybe I'll watch it all the way through. But in terms of a review, I'm not the guy. It's kind of like asking me to, do like a best of Toonami or something. I didn't grow up with it. I'm not the person to ask. And I feel like it'd be a disservice to the material because I feel like you all have an understanding of it that I just cannot have, and that's wonderful, and I would love to represent it, and somebody either has or will represent it even better than me. So that's kind of my thought. It'd be sort of a disservice to the actual show itself, especially one that has such a strong connection with people.
Okay.
But who knows? I might do something with it. We'll see what happens.
I think we'd all appreciate your take on it anyway because you haven't grown up with it. So
maybe. I mean, that's a good point. So I'll have to see because I've been getting it more and more and more. Like more and more people have been asking for it. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Time for a serious question. So
hold on.
How do you feel about using comedy as a defense against criticism? For an example, if there's something that I disagree with you on, for example, and I go to the intellectual forum known as YouTube comments, people will be like, well, what do you know? This is funny and I enjoy watching it, so whatever he's reviewing really must suck. And at the same time, I know that your show is comedic and spirit and everything, but at the same time, there are other people that use comedy as a weapon more than anything to push an agenda. For example, John Oliver or Stephen Colbert, they might say something such as, we should have universal fixed income. And if anyone were to critique it, he'd say,
what you're saying.
oh, I was just joking. I'm trying to be funny. Don't take me seriously. By the way, abortion is great.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, sorry, especially recently, I feel like, and we've done like Where's the Fair Use and stuff. We can't act like we've never been, trying to push an agenda. I don't know. It is tricky because a lot of people do say, just keep the comedy. I want you to get away, from kind of the real world and get comedy. But comedy, just by its creation, is, it's a coping mechanism. It is kind of defensive. It's taking something negative and trying to turn it into something positive, trying to find the humor in something. So it kind of seems like they're trying to take that to the next step. They're trying to, through comedy, actually make something good, not just make you feel good, but accomplish something good. But I know where you're coming from too. It's like, well, why why do they always have to push, a political agenda? But at the same time, you do have to kind of go, why not? At the most, you can say, disagree with it. Is that 5 or 10? 5? Okay, cool. So it's a very good question. And I don't have an answer. I can't say if it's good. I can't say if it's bad because, again, it depends on where I lie politically or whatever my thoughts are. So I don't know. I would say it has to really come from a place of wanting to help and wanting to do the right thing and really understanding comedy as well. Because I definitely seen people try to push agendas like I'm not a Michael Moore fan. I don't think he's funny.
Fan of who?
I think a lot of his stuff seems way too skewed to a point where I can't side with it. Michael Moore.
Oh, Michael Moore.
Yeah, where I can't really, be on his side, even though sometimes I agree with him. But I can watch somebody like John Oliver and really be like, well, that's really interesting. I can trust this guy more than Michael Moore, and just based on gut feeling, it's a good question. I don't have a good answer. I think that's something for people to just sort of think about in general, using comedy as a means to push an agenda. Is that right or is it wrong? I think it can be both. I don't know why, if that makes sense. I don't know what makes it right, what makes it wrong, but I know that it does, and I can't explain why. I don't have an answer to it. So,
okay.
Good question. You stumped the critic.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hi.
And first off, thank you for being here. I've actually wanted to see you in person, wonderful, and I hope you come back. Now to my question. I know this is acting really early, but for your next, I guess, Valentine's movie, would you consider reviewing Strange Magic?
Oh, the George Lucas?
Yes.
Maybe. I've heard about it. I've heard it's really, really bad.
It reminds me a lot of Mamma Mia, to be honest.
Oh, really?
It's literally, oh, no, not Mamma Mia.
We'll have to see. You know what? I'll watch it at some point. If it looks like there's material for it, I will definitely review it.
I would say not Mamma Mia, more like, was it Moulin Rouge? Because it's
even better.
Literally, Strange Magic, it is literally everything is love or some form of it.
I gotcha. Awesome. I'll definitely check it out, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey there.
All right, good evening, and before I ask my question, I love the top 10 Nick Cage in a bear suit jokes.
You don't say.
Exactly. But anyways, my question is, around what episode was it that you realized that you stepped in the circle of content creators like Joe Vargas and James Rolfe? Around what episode was that?
Well, Joe Vargas was pretty easy because he started out working for us first. But no, I don't know. I never compared it like that. It was more like when I went to a convention, I saw people dressing up like me. I was like, whoa, something happening here where it isn't exactly clear. That was the biggest milestone to me. That's like the holy smokes, this has kind of happened. This is really strange and really amazing. People are actually dressing up like me because they want to. So I guess I'd say that was the first big, holy smokes, this is really loving, this is really amazing, and I am really, really blessed to have this life when you see that you're having an impact. People want to wear your clothes. They want to be what you're doing. Because they think it's so great. And they're right, it is great. And it's the most amazing thing in the world. You guys all make that possible, so thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you once again for coming, Doug. I really appreciate you being here. I'll ask a very quick question. What made you decide actually making an intro for the Nostalgia Critic, and why choose a specific tone you went with it?
I did that when I brought the Critic back, and I immediately wanted to show it's going to be a little different. It's not just going to be me in front of a white wall. There's going to be more added to it, because that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring it back. I thought the Critic was getting stale and boring, and the jokes too repetitive, and I said, okay, I want that passion back. I want that drive, and I feel like doing this stuff, finding new ways to do a review will bring back that passion and drive. And I think that opening immediately showed, hey, we're not just going back to exactly the way it was. It's not just the formula. We're really going to try new stuff, and we're going to continue to try new stuff and adding things to it. So, and that's why I like changing it up, too, and sort of making it, something a little different. Because I do want the show to change and evolve and sort of turn into, something hopefully better. So, that's my deep answer to that.
Great answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, and sadly, if your question's real fast, okay, what's yours?
All right, so the Afro guy stole my Tremors question.
Okay.
But so I'm going to ask, how did the collaboration with Dante Bosco come about?
Oh, he just saw my vlog and he was a fan and I met him at a con. And that was it. We talked, we said we got to do something. And we did something. That was about it. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Last one? Oh, and we got to, okay. I'm so sorry. That's all the time we got. I'm so sorry. Guys, thank you so much for coming out, though. You guys really are the world to me. I've never been here before, and you have made it amazing. Thank you.